Greetings, comrades. This is Andre Ades Desjardins for a Phyrexia Odd Would Be One Crack-a-Pack. Oh, why won't you open, pack? Just be nice. Alright. That's right, this has the rare. So we got a poison counter, we got an island, and then it's the rare and 3 uncommons. To the back. Excellent. Here we go. Alright, Ichor Synthesizer is 1 blue, 1 colorless for Phyrexian Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may put an oil counter on it. When it has 4 more oil counters, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked. In theory, this would be good. Maybe it's good in the blue-red decks that when they come together, but I don't see those very often. Blue is not a good color in this format. White, red, and green have been the best. I would personally look to first pick a white card, as I like the white-black archetype, the white-red archetype, I like all the white archetypes. Even white-blue artifacts is not a steaming pile, is how I would describe it. Unlike most blue archetypes I would describe as a steaming pile. But this doesn't fit in those. I'm not looking to first pick a blue card unless it is in Busto. And plus, white has all the best bombs. It has the Wandering Emperor at rare, which I absolutely despise that card. So yeah, Ichor Synthesizer D. Not looking to play this. Alright, Surgical Spell Bomb. Possibly the best blue card in the set. It's an artifact, and for all the spell bombs have 1 sacrifice a draw card, and this one has 2 in a blue. Sacrifice a return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. This you'll play if you're in the blue decks. You shouldn't look to first pick it. The bounce is important. There's a lot of a reason one of the blue decks are bad is because there's actually quite a few bit of bounce spells, and proliferating a bunch of counters on something if you get it bounced kind of stinks. Yeah, so this is fine, playable, not looking to first pick it. The Autonomous Furnace, Land Spear, enters tap, taps for a red, rent a tap, sack it, draw a card. I'm happy to play 3 or 4 of these in any deck. I take them over any other playable. Really don't want to first pick it though. Alright, here we go. First pick quality card, which I'm not looking at right now because the art creeps me the hell out. Crawling Chorus, a 1 white, Phyrexian Horror. 1/1, when it dies, you make a 1/1 Might token, which is an artifact creature toxic 1 can't block. This is a good card. Good in the white aggressive archetype, good in white-black toxic. There's some black cards that like some sacrifice fodder. The fact you get 2 creatures out of this. It's no Doom Traveler, mind you, but the worst Doom Traveler is still good in Limited. So yeah, this is probably one of the top commons, and I'm sorry it has to be on the screen creeping you all out. Alright, Cutthroat Centurion is 2 in a black for an artifact creature, Phyrexian Warrior. Sacrifice another creature. Gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. It's a 2/2. So no Natuko Husk, but again, it's fine. This is filler. The black-white decks are more toxic. The black-red decks, yeah, it's fine to have a sack outlet, but you don't super need it. You'll know when you want one of these, and it's a fine playable, but it's not dethroning Crawling Chorus. Ooh, Fleshling Raptor. 1 white, 2 colors for a 2/2 flyer. Already good in Limited. Toxic 1. Alright. And when it enters the battlefield, another target creature you control with Toxic gets +1/+1, gains flying until end of turn. So this really helps turn on Corrupted. Just good at killing opponents by itself. Very good. I'm not sure which one of these two is better. I would probably currently be on the Raptor because it's a bit more board impression and you can get lots of 2-mana toxic creatures to hit with it. I don't know if that's right or not. You can go look that up yourself if you want to, but I'm currently going to put it there just so I don't have to look at that crawling, creepy chorus face anymore. Get out of here. Alright, Oil Gorger Troll. 2 green, 3 colorless for a 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Then, if you control a permanent with an oil counter on it, draw a card. So the 9 colors are what I would look into. This is good as itself, but it's particularly good in the red-green oil deck. When you're building the oil deck, the creatures that come in with oil counters already on them are immensely better than the ones you need to have like something die or work for. I suggest casting this guy. You really want to draw the card with him. Like, the 3/4 body and the gaining 3 life is not nothing, but a lot of the hyper-aggressive decks tend to kill you with Toxic, so the gaining 3 life isn't that important. It is important in red-white, but a lot of the green-white, green-black, black-white can kill you with just Toxic, so the drawing 3 cards is not as important, or gaining 3 life is not important. Jeez, drawing 3 cards. Oh, I'd be all in if this drew 3 cards. That'd be insane. That being said, still good. I'm always going to lean towards taking the cheaper creature to begin with, so I'm going to take the Fleshling Raptor over it, but this is a good solid card. Don't buy on this guy. Alright, Phyrexian Atlas. It's a Manalith. It's the 3 mana, tap, add a mana of any color, and corrupted. When it becomes tapped, each opponent who has 3 more poison counters loses 1 life. Generally, the Toxic decks don't need to ramp. I don't know if this is supposed to be like some green-blue proliferate thing, but it doesn't impact the board nearly enough. Even when I've lost like 2 or 3 life to my opponent playing this, it's not that killed me. It's generally a greedy splash, so like play it if you need to, if you need a Manalith, but just only play it if you need a Manalith. You don't need anything else with this. I drank it like D. Play it if you need a Manalith. Alright, Furnace Spider. Here's a good man. Or woman. Or creature. Beast. I guess it's a beast. 1 red, 4 colors, 4/5. Enters with 2 oil counters on it. Remove an oil counter. A target creature gains haste until end of turn. So it generally gives itself haste and then your next creature haste. Or if you need an oil counter for the troll that we just picked out, you just keep it on there. Yeah, very good in the red-green oil decks. Really overperformed, but I'm still not looking to first pick it. I still just want the cheaper things. But if you're on the red-green oil deck, this guy's going to do some work for you. Alright, Plague Nurse. This is starting to seem familiar. 3 colors in the green for 3/4, Toxic 2, and 2 in the green. Each other creature you control with Toxic gains Toxic 1 until end of turn. Activate only once each turn. Good in the green X Toxic decks. Wouldn't want to play it outside because 3/4 is not that impressive. But yeah, in the Toxic decks, this thing can be a scary finisher. But I still wouldn't look to first pick it. Look to pick it up on the wheel or something, and it's fine. It's playable. It's a C, maybe a C+ in the Toxic decks. But I still want the cheaper things first. Alright, Islands. We're on to Uncommons. Tamiyo's Immobilizer. I never thought Tumbler Magnet or Magnet Tumbler or whatever it is would be worse, but it is. 1 blue, 3 colorless, enters the battlefield with 4 oils counters on it. Remove an oil counter from it, tap target artifact or creature. It's just not good. It just doesn't line up well in this format. Tends to be too slow. Yeah, it affects the board it comes into play, but it only taps down 1 thing. I'm off this. I thought I would love this card, but I do not, and that makes it sad. Like D. Also, I'm not looking to play blue, so D. Alright. Infested Flesh Cutter. 1 white, 1 colorless. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 whenever equipped creature attacks. Create a 1/1 colorless might token with Toxic 1 and an equip of 3. So that is really expensive. But just being able to send... Once you get 1 attack, you can keep attacking with the token. So just being able to jam 3 1s in over and over and over is good. I've only got to play with it once, and it did perform, but I don't know if it's better than the Raptor. I would certainly consider it. I would probably start with the Raptor still, though, but I don't know. I might try this just to see how it works out. This is one of the few equipments you do not get a Rebel with. If you got a Rebel, oh my lord, but you don't. Alright, Charforger is a colorless, a black, and a red. When it enters the battlefield, you make a 1/1 goblin, so happy with that. A 3/4 for 3. Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on it and remove 3 oil counters, exile the top card of your library, and you can play it. This is a good red-black card. You'll be happy to play it. You don't need to do anything with it. You can just be happy with the body. Like, I wouldn't go all in on, like, sacrificing things to get this to work. If creatures die, they die. If they don't, it's fine. There are some sack outlets. I haven't seen the black-red deck, sack deck, like, super come together, but it doesn't need to. You can just play black-red stuff and be fine. So if you're in black-red, take them. This isn't worth first picking, but it does tell what black-red's kind of supposed to do, just with a lot of aggressiveness. There's not a lot of things that you can sack to get benefits from, like unlike in Brothers War, where there's like Ichor, Wellspring, and Chromatic Star, where you can get a lot of value from sacking things. There's not really a lot of value beyond like sacrificing to give a guy +2/+2, which is fine. If you do it, you do it, and if you don't, you don't. It's fine. Yeah, if I'm in black-red, I play it as like a C+, but I'm not looking to first pick it. Alright, that's our big rare. Biotonical Contaminator. 2 and a green for a trample. A toxic one. Nice. 4/4. Okay. And when it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Alright, this is blowing everything else out of the water. Its body is big, the trample and toxic one are just what you want, and then the proliferate is gravy. You obviously want this in like a green X toxic deck. The green-blue proliferate's supposed to be a deck. Really doesn't come together. Really wouldn't recommend it. But I am first picking this. Out of all those, it is humongous for this format. Like, 4/4 is really big. There's a lot of 1 toughness things, so even if they have to double block to kill it, you're still probably getting the toxic in. Yes, like a 2/4 is big for this format. So a 4/4, amazing. It's what I'm first picking. And that's everything. Just some more notes for this format. Even with this, I would still prefer to start with something like Volt Charge or the pacifism of the set, because it goes into multiple decks. The Naya colors are the best performing, and you can like branch out to black. Not really blue. Blue's pretty bad in this set. The blue-white artifact deck I found is fine. It's playable. All the other blue decks I found are just a hot mess. I even got to draft a mono blue deck once with like 4 of the drones, and it was still very bad. But I would look to start with something that can be played in any archetype. Something like this is fine because it's powerful in the archetype, but I can just abandon the archetype if it's not there. I think this format will benefit people who can get into their archetype the quickest. Knowing what they're doing, taking those common lands count for a lot, and just if there's ever a tiebreaker for me between what I should take and what I shouldn't take, I always take the cheaper card. Yeah, and I think aggro's good in this format, not only because it is naturally good and toxic is naturally good, but because it helps beat some of the bombs, as when you're more mid-range, your opponent just gets to draw their Wandering Emperor or Manticore or whatever and just get you, which, you know, good on them. I'm not complaining there's bombs or anything, but being aggressive can help get you through those bombs. You want to play to the board early. I said in Brothers War you want to play to the board early, but it doesn't have to be a 2-drop creature, but you did want a 2-drop, but like in Brothers War you could play an Ichor Wellspring or something. In this format I think you really do want a 2-drop creature. The 1/3 flyer for 2 and white I found has been phenomenal, not necessarily because it's corrupted or anything, though that can get going, but just to block things. Just a 1/3, just a Maritime Guard format, I would say is what this format is, but blue's terrible. This guy's Maritime Guard. Not good. Get him out of here. So yeah, that's my early takes on the format. For what you need to know, like I'm saying, I'm not saying blue's unplayable. I've had some success with the blue-white artifact decks, but I wouldn't want to start there. I think the more grindy blue decks just fail because of the bombs. Drawing things in the right order to proliferate correctly can be difficult. Yeah, and if you stumble, I've died to turn 4 on a green-white toxic deck. So it's like, you really don't want to stumble, you really don't want to fool around, because there are decks that will just crush you for that. And then it sucks proliferating up a creature and then getting it bounced or something is terrible. It feels real terrible. You invested all these resources just to get something bounced. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. This is Andre Aguedes Desjardins signing out.